warn you guys, this is a sad story, but also a happy story. This is the first day I got my house, and this is what I found on my lawn. Lots and lots of hamsters. Cats. Pardon. I couldn't believe my eyeballs. They were everywhere.
Hello, Daniel. Hello, Daniel.
It's kind of creepy a little bit, but where were these cats coming from? These cats were homeless, but they were pretty friendly and super adorable, I gotta say. But there's one big problem, and that problem is I live in Las Vegas and there's coyotes here. At least that's what the people of Las Vegas say. I actually have never seen any before, but you read online, you know, stories or rumors of coyotes sneaking into neighborhoods, jumping over fences, and they're vicious little animals. Papa Toad here is a worrywart, which is slang for,
I get a little anxious and stressed sometimes.
you know, I just worry for them because these little goofballs became family to me.
What's up, everybody? Good morning. You hungry?
His name is Bigote Man. That's Papa Elf. That's Penelope.
Get it, Penelope, get it.
And that's Benson Boone.
Look at you.
And then, of course, my favorite, Kentucky.
Oh my gosh.
This little guy is the leader of the cat community. He's always the first one to show up at my back door, and he gives all the other little cats the confidence to come up and say,
Can we have food too?
he's the heart and soul to this neighborhood. He's the most friendliest. He's not shy at all. So then, one night, as me and Regina were getting home from, where were we? Who cares? Some sort of shindig. We got home. We pulled into my driveway. It was late at night, probably like midnight, o'clock. And then we heard the weirdest sound. I looked at Regina. She looked at me.
Do you hear that?
She says, yes, I do, Regina. I hear that. So the sound was coming from the bushes. So we went to investigate, and lo and behold, we saw a thing. What is that? That, my little toads, is a baby hamster. It's a baby cat. That looks like a hamster though, doesn't it? Have you ever seen such a young baby cat? Ain't me. Yeah, Penelope got birth. Did birth? Achieved birth? Yeah, she pooped out a little cat, is what I'm trying to say.
Good job, Penelope. Oh, okay, sorry.
Oh my gosh, there's gonna be even more cats in this neighborhood. Are you kidding me? This is crazy. I don't know what to do. Now, fast forward a few weeks, this little baby grew up to be a new little friend of mine that I like to call Little Fellow. Yep, Penelope's the mom, Papa Elf is the papa, and Little Fellow just loved his dad so much.
Meow.
They were always just non-stop cuddling. Look at this, have you ever seen something so adorable before? Me is the answer to that question. Yep, so not only just Penelope and Kentucky, Bigote Man, Papa Elf, Benson Boone come to my house, Little Fellow just joined the party. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that crazy cat, I tell you. Look at that, the audacity of that one. I just think it's so much fun to have cats in my backyard. So, yeah, everything was going amazing. All these cats were having a great time living in the neighborhood. I looked forward to every morning feeding them. And then, one night, coyotes. Yeah, I captured them right on my Ring front camera. You know, like I said, I always heard, oh, there's coyotes in Las Vegas. I never saw them in my neighborhood before. Right there in my front driveway. Now, of course, I was sleeping at the time this happened. I didn't know at the time there was coyotes outside, but yeah, eventually, you know, morning came and I woke up. I walked outside and I noticed on my front lawn, there was flowers, like on this little dirt area of the lawn. That's weird. I have no idea what that is. Must have been my neighbor. So at first I was like, neighbors, what are you doing? This is my lawn. Stay off my property. I didn't think anything of it. And then I just went on with the rest of my day, and it was time to feed the cats. So I do what I usually do, I put down the food, but this time, nobody came to get the food. Weird. But then all it took was a little, you know that sound. And then there they were. They all came running. But somebody was missing. And after a little bit of looking around and counting all the cats, I realized the cat that was missing was Kentucky. And so that's when I went back and looked at the Ring cameras. Those flowers are in my front yard because my neighbors, found our boy. Kentucky, he was injured, he wasn't looking too good, and fortunately, he passed away. It seemed like he put up a good fight, I'd like to think he was fighting off the predators, trying to protect this whole neighborhood of cats, and he successfully did. He eventually chased them out of here, they retreated back to the mountains, but Kentucky had quite the battle. Ultimately, he's a hero. Kentucky, if you're watching this right now, brother, in cat heaven, I love you. It's sad. I mean, there's nothing else to say. It is sad. I hear you. It's sad. Oh, does that burp make things a little more light? I didn't mean for that to come out. That really was an accident. Anyway, that's when reality set in for me. It was at that moment I realized this was gonna happen again. Unless I saved them. But what cat should I trap first and bring in the house? Well, one immediately came to mind. His name was Little Fellow. Yep, he was the baby that Penelope gave birth to. That's how you say it. He was Kentucky's best friend. He's the youngest of the group. I'd like to say I helped raise him to become the man he is. Well, he's still a baby, but he's so cute, and I'm gonna make him live with me. So this was it. As the sun set and nighttime came around, the usual time that Little Fellow would come to the door for dinner, it was time to lure him in. Meow, meow. Hopefully he'll be coming out right around that corner if he hears me. I think I hear him. Oh, there he is. Hello. Hi. The plan was to feed him, but this time put the dish inside the house. So Little Fellow, if he wants the food, he's gonna slowly walk into the house, and as he's eating, I slam the door behind him. He's trapped in here. Oh, he's not gonna like it. What's gonna happen? I don't know how he's gonna react, but I know he's not gonna be happy. Is he gonna freak out? I don't know, but it's for his own good, so I initiated the plan. Oh, now you wanna come in, huh? Non-stop meowing. Come here. I just gotta get him in here for a few seconds, far enough away from the door. Then I close it. He's purring. Here, I will leave you alone. It took hours and hours for this Little Fellow to get the confidence to actually put his paw inside my house. Yeah, so I'll go this way. And then his other paw. There we go, yeah. Perfect. And then his other paw. Eventually, Little Fellow had all 4 feet inside the house. Now, all I had to do was close the door behind him, and he would officially never see the outside and be exposed to the elements again. But every time I just went as far as even to touch the door, he would have this sixth sense and be like, "What? The door?" And he would run. Dang it, freaking dang it. But I persevered, I kept trying. And just as I began making progress, oh gosh, the sprinklers turned on. Oh, you know how cats in water react to one another. He ran to the hills. Great. Freaking great.
It's so annoying.
I can't let this cat be outside tonight. I can't go to sleep knowing, there's coyotes out there and Little Fellow is just gonna be on the loose. So I called my best friend, the Penionator. Oh, should that be her new nickname? Regina. She's the cat expert. So she came over and we had a new plan. We're gonna continue trying to get Little Fellow inside the house with food, but this time we're gonna lure him into the front of the house. And it worked. But little did Little Fellow know, behind the door was a woman, the Penionator. And when I gave Regina the signal, that was Regina's cue to slam the door, trapping Little Fellow inside. Now, this plan took a turn. Little Fellow did something I didn't expect. He didn't go towards the food. He went over by the lamp area. I don't know. He's a curious little possum. So I thought, okay, I guess this works. I think he's far enough away from the door. I gave Regina the signal. Slam it. Go really fast. Yeah. It was time for her to close the door. 3, 2, 1, slam it.
Oh my God.
Not fast enough. It was a fail.
I was really scared.
I hate you.
I felt so defeated, like we're never gonna be able to save this guy. Oh man. Look at the replay. We almost pretty much chopped off that little cat's tail. It was getting late, and I took a peek outside to see, little fellow, where are you? And he wasn't around. He was like, forget you guys, I'm out. It just made me question everything. What the heck was I doing? I'm trying to save this cat, and here I am about to chop off its tail with a door. Should I just forget about this? Should I just continue on with my life? I didn't know, but what I did know is that it was 2 a.m. I had to go to sleep, which meant little fellow was gonna be outside in the wilderness, in danger while I slept. It was a rough night, and in the morning, the first thing I did was rush downstairs. Little fellow is going in my house.
Well, hello.
Oh gosh.
I gotta get this in position. Can be fast enough. Oh my gosh.
My heart is beating so fast.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Okay, little fellow's inside the house. I evaluated whether he was far enough in or not. And that's when I decided to make my move.
It's okay. Here.
Little fellow was officially in my house. But what you're about to see is pretty sad and shocking, and well, let's just say little fellow, he wasn't happy.
Hey, don't.
Don't do that.
I tried super hard to distract him. Hey, don't forget about the fact that I just trapped you. Look at the food.
Here, look. It's okay. It's okay. See?
Look at the food. Do you like? Do you like? Do you like? Do you like? Do you like?
I know. Listen, there's coyotes out there. No.
And it kind of worked, you know.
Oh gosh, don't do it again. Don't do it again. Okay, yeah, don't. Okay.
Oh gosh. I was afraid I was gonna give this guy a heart attack or something, so I just kept giving him food.
Here. I know, look. What? Oh, are you scared? I know. This is for your own good. Here.
Regina also gave me this special spray that like sprays out cat pheromones. Is that the word? Oh, don't do it. Pheromones that calms them down. So I was trying everything.
Does that calm you? No? He's literally saying no.
The black cat's like, yo, what the heck? No more of that running up the door, okay? That's crazy. What are you looking at? Oh, that's just Richard. He doesn't bite. Well, on Thursdays. Wow, there's a cat inside my house. This is pretty crazy. And that's when the thing Regina warned me about happened. I accidentally left my kitchen cabinet open, and little fellow proceeded to walk inside and hide there for hours and hours. I got concerned as like 5 hours passed, and little fellow was still in the cabinet. Is he okay? Is he ever gonna come out? Did I just traumatize this poor kitten? But thankfully, after just a few more hours, little fellow worked up the courage to come out and say hello to me. He actually started letting me pet him more. I knew he was scared, but going in a cabinet is not a good place to be, so I made him a little shelter in my bathroom.
Oh yeah. That Zuko's pineapple? Oh yeah, look at that. You did it. Oh yeah. That's nice.
And once he saw that pineapple, he was in heaven. Look how happy this little feline got. He's never been in such a comfortable place before. So I thought, okay, he seems good. I'm gonna leave him in there all night. I'm gonna close the door so he doesn't run around and like start eating my plants or start eating the stuff on the ground. And I'm gonna go to sleep. And hopefully he's okay. When I woke up and checked on him, it was a disaster in there. He had a rough night. and a rough morning. He really wanted to go outside, and I thought, well, shoot, he's probably seeing all of his old friends out there, and even seeing the old grass he used to lay on, and I tried blocking his sight to the outside with some boxes, and that didn't work. And, oh gosh, he really wanted to go outside. I mean, it makes sense, he's been out there for a year. That is his home, but no, little fellow, this is your new home, okay? You're gonna learn to love it.
Yeah, well, what's wrong?
As the days progressed, little fellow started to trust me a little bit more.
Look, this is matcha. You're a cat, so you're not supposed to drink that. But I just wanted to show you, okay?
He wasn't this scared cat who would just run away from me every time he saw me.
You just followed me everywhere.
But in between all that, he would call out for his old friends. You know, no matter how much he loved being with me, it seemed like he really loved being outdoors, and I understand. But I tried to distract him, you know, kept feeding him, kept brushing him, petting him, and he was having fun, but as the days progressed, he just continued to meow. And meow. And meow. He kept looking outside. He really, really wanted to go back. And like, I don't want that to happen. I know, it's dangerous out there. And then I started sneezing. And sneezing. Yeah, I'm allergic to cats. Did I ever mention that yet? But I tried to persevere and push through, but the next day, they kept sneezing and sneezing, and my nose just kept running. He kept meowing, meowing, meowing. He missed his old friends, you know? Suddenly, I like stood, I couldn't breathe. Sneezy. Sneezy. I kept trying to push through, but at night, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't breathe. Little fellow couldn't sleep either. He kept begging for his old friends to come back, and that's when I thought about the life little fellow has been living for the past year. Out in nature, feeling the breeze on his fur, rolling around in the grass, exploring, hunting, hanging out with all of his friends, cuddling with his dad. I totally understand why little fellow would want to go back outside, and all he does in my house is just hide.
And when I Googled if it's possible to make an outdoor cat an indoor cat, some people said depending on the cat, it could be impossible.
Yeah, between that and me just not being able to breathe due to allergicness, I thought, well, you know, it is daytime right now. There's no danger, so I guess, little fellow, you can go back outside. And so I opened the door. He took a look back at me, and I looked back at him, and I thought, what am I doing? Sending him back out into danger? Was this a mistake? Am I a bad person? But instantly, he was reunited with his old friends, and he started rolling around in the grass just like he always did. He was so happy to be back in nature. He looked up at the sun twinkling through the leaves of the trees, and that's when I had an idea. What if there was a way for little fellow and all of his friends to hang out outside in their true natural habitat, but be protected from the dangers? So I started building. Yep, I created this little thing out of wood that could be a little shelter for them. Right in my backyard, a little house with a hole big enough for them to get inside and out of, small enough that things like coyotes couldn't get in.
Oh yeah, baby. Yeah, I don't think coyotes can get into a small hole like that.
All right, little fellow, this is all for you, baby.
But then,
Oh my God. Oh my gosh.
little kittens were just born in my backyard. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Look at all, they're all a bunch of different colors. Oh shoot.
Yeah, so now there are 5 little kittens in my backyard, not including little fellow, and not including all the other cats you saw in this video. And so now I officially don't know what to do. Yeah, this video was filmed 4 months ago, and I kinda expected it to end right there with me building little fellow, the little cat shelter. But 5 kittens being born in my backyard was not what I was expecting. I have 14 hours of footage of what happens next.
Are you sure we should do this? I feel like I'm gonna cry.
I've been filming for the past 4 months, documenting all of this.
It's gonna be okay.
And it gets crazy, it gets way crazier. The video that comes out next week is a video that changed my life forever. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe, because you're definitely going to want to see this video next week. But for now, Daniel Toads signing off. Or should I be called Daniel Cats? I love you guys. See you next week.